Ooh, to talk about the Indians, we're going to go to the go-to source, really for everything sports, but especially the Indians. We welcome in from Indians Gab. We got Matt Loede on the phone right now. Matt, hey, we played kind of phone tag back and forth a little bit, so thanks so much for finally agreeing to come on. Really appreciate it. You've been great every single time. Thanks so much.
Hey, no problem. Appreciate you having me on, and it's good times again here in Cleveland. At least last night was.
It's a dogfight right now inside the Central. Kind of expand on just that race in general.
For the last probably 2 to 3 weeks, the Indians have been, all year they were the hunted, and now they're the hunters again. Detroit has overtaken them in the standings. The Indians have, kind of had, since the 30-15 start, and really at one point leading the American League Central. I think the most they were up on Detroit was 7 or 7.5 games at some point in the month of April or May, and now it's kind of just the opposite. The Indians are the team that, as I said before, they're kind of the ones chasing Detroit. And really it's been a case of, trying to reach, that mark again of where Detroit is at. And, the Indians got a gift last night from the last place Royals in the division who beat Detroit. So the Indians now look this morning, and even though they're in third place, they're percentage points away from Chicago. They're at 66 and 65, and they're 5.5 back. I think this thing is going to come down to the wire. The Indians have a Labor Day series starting with Detroit on Monday. Here in Cleveland, it's 3 games, and then they go to Detroit for, of all things, the last 3 games of the regular season.
What I want to do now is you started touching upon kind of like the rest of the schedule, what's going on in the month of September. I kind of want to expand upon that a little bit more, because there's a lot more to it than, well, we do have the series versus the Tigers, but I'm looking at this list, and I'm seeing, obviously, you're going to be taking on the White Sox. You are still playing the Rangers in the middle of the month, which that's going to be a tough test right there. Although the Rangers, they will have a little bit of distance for them, so they can kind of not cruise, but they don't have to have their foot to the floor as hard as they have been throughout the rest of the season. But still, the rest of the schedule is not easy for this team. I mean, it is very tough the rest of the way out.
It certainly is, and not only that, but if you look at September, as I'm looking at it right here, out of 28 days per se, the Indians, of course, the season ends for them on the 28th of September. They have 1 off day the entire month, and that will come on Monday, the 12th of September. They have a makeup game. They would have had off on the 19th of September, but that's now a makeup game against Seattle for a rainout that took place in May. And then not only that, but they have a doubleheader on the 20th against the White Sox, and another doubleheader on the 24th against Minnesota. So this team will play just an unprecedented amount of games. If you start with the 18th of September, which of course is a Sunday, you've got a stretch where they play 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 games over the course of the last 10 days. And, I mean, at the same time, it's going to be exhausting, but hopefully for the Indians, it's kind of going to be fun because, of course, as I said before, you get into sports to get in these situations, and you get into sports to play for something. And, I really believe unless something unforeseen happens, and, of course, with this team this year with the injuries and everything else, there has been a lot of unforeseen things happen. I think they're going to be in it. I think it's going to be interesting, and I think the last 2 weeks of the regular season are going to be a lot of fun.